All right, guys, sorry about that. I needed to go find some replacement nuts because it was missing a couple of nuts from the cold air intake kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the provided bolt that came with the kit, the cold air intake kit, and the washer, and then I'm going to take the rubber grommet. This is the one where I took the plastic part out, and that was on the car originally. I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to take found a washer. This wasn't with the kit, but when I put the spacer in there, it kind of distorted it a bit. So I'm gonna try putting a washer on there, maybe to help out with distorting the washer, the grommet too much. So now that I have that there, what I'm going to do is take the air box for the cold air intake. This is the air box, and as you can see, those two screw holes down there. Get that glare out of there for you guys. I guess I didn't get the glare out for you guys. That glare is following me no matter where I go. All right. So you see those two holes there? I'm going to take this and put it there, like such. So it's basically creating 2 feet for this, with the grommets there to go into those existing holes down there. So then I'm going to take the provided nut and screw it on in there. And I think some Loctite would probably be best. I know this is going to be permanent for me right now because, like I told you, I'm planning on painting all of this. So I just want to see how it all fits up in there. So put that up in there. I'm just hand tightening it down first. And then I'm going to grab my tighten that down a bit. And that's how it is. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. Take it. With a rubber grommet. Let's see wherever I put that rubber grommet. Where are you, Mr. Grommet? There we go. At the wrong bolt. So here it is already. I kind of already got it together. The only difference is I'm going to take that out and take one of those extra washers that I found, put it up in there like such. So you have bolt, the glare is back, so that you have bolt, washer, grommet, washer, spacer. And then at that point, it'll go into the other hole, and I will find that other nut somewhere. And oops, not that one, but this one. This is one of the ones I had to find because it wasn't with the kit. And now I'm going to tighten that down up in there. All right, and for my purposes, that'll be enough. Again, I think Loctite in the end would probably be a good thing to do if you're going to do it. Blue Loctite, not red Loctite. Now at this point, I'm going to take it, and those 2 rubber grommets are going to should go right into those 2 holes to hold it nice and secure and to prevent any rattling around. All right. So, and to make sure I don't pinch any of my wires. Let me move that up and out of the way. And you up out of the way. And so then these right here should be able to knock down up in there. Get your power steering hose here, so you want to be careful of everything that you're doing. Gotta be mindful of it all. Right. I don't like how it's rubbing against my power steering hose. Alright, I'm not sure of the angle of this right here yet at this point in time. You can see it's sticking up quite kind of far. I'm suspecting it needs to be down. I'm sure the pipe is going to help to hold that down a bit too. Trying to see if that helps me to know. So there is the one other place where you can secure this, and so I'm able to see that a bit better now. Let's see if that helps out. So this right here, and then I can tell I'll be able to go right into a hole right over here from the radiator. I think that's where that's supposed to go. Yeah. Feeling a little coolant over here on my, and I know these go bad a lot. So, yeah, radiator, so maybe it's time for me to change out my radiator. I've been meaning to do that anyway though. Let's see here. Get back in here. Get this out of the way. And so we're going to pause on the cold air intake for a second. And we're going to now move over to changing out the spacer over there. Let's see here. So we need to take this spacer off here. The kit comes with longer bolts, replacement ones. I want to double check. I'm looking at the thread on these right here, so I'll see if they are the same thread type or not. I'm going to mess this up. This is, look like it's probably 8mm or 9mm. So I'm going to have to grab one of those. Just a moment. Let's see if this is the right size or not. Alright. So, yeah, that'll work. That's 8mm. So, just loosen them up now. I clipped my throttle body not too long ago, so the butterfly, so I don't think I'll need to do anything like that while I'm in there, but I'll validate while I'm in there to make sure I'll need to get in there and clean the back throttle body. A lot of people don't clean their throttle body. It don't build up. Butterfly can't close all the way. Alright, one more. out. Lengthwise, they're definitely shorter, and they definitely seem to have the same looking threads on there. It's kind of funny that I have that. I guess since it's a plastic housing, they wanted something a bit more aggressive to make sure it didn't slip out. So. All right. Loosen it up a little bit more. There we go. That should be enough. All right. I don't know if you can see the back of my butterfly, but it's nice and clean back there. Perfect. And no oil ring, no sludge ring around it, around the housing around the butterfly. Nice and clean from like when I cleaned it last time, so make sure to get out there and clean those, people. So now we're going to take the new one, and this is the new one here, and it comes with a gasket as well. So I'm going to make it like that. All right. And yeah. Looks like it's going to go on there like so. Like so. This flattened man, I was trying to see whether they had that flattened man. For the one side over there. We have the flattened man to accommodate this right here. So this flattened piece right here, this flattened side here, goes against here to accommodate that. Like that. And the same goes with this right here too. It's kind of beveled, as you can see. So that beveled side will go on there, over there as well. All right, and then at that point, we can just put it back on there. So we'll put it up there, and I'll get the longer bolts. Fish it on through. Easy thing to do. And I'm going to put those bolts, screws really, because these really, I wouldn't consider these bolts. They are definitely screws, almost like lag bolts than anything, more than anything. All right, so I'll put the washer on. I'll put the washer on, and then take it, put it in, and I'll go ahead and screw that in a bit this way to hold it in for me. It's a little too long. Especially now that the spacer is in there. Oops. And on this one, they are 10s, not 8s. So a little bit. Take that one out, back out, and put a washer on it as well. Up in there, and tighten just a little bit. Now I can go ahead and put the other two in there. You guys didn't hear that. Nice and tight. Don't want any, I want to over tighten it because there's just plastic back there. I don't want to strip anything, but I don't want air getting in. That wouldn't be good. All right, got that on, so spacer is done. So now, where's my air box at? Where did I put my air box? All right, on my air box here, we have the mass airflow sensor. That's where I disconnected the wire. Let's see if I can bring that into. So this is the original air box. That is the mass airflow sensors. A lot of people break those getting them out. There's like not much of a mass airflow sensor when it comes down to mass airflow sensor, but it needs to go in there. And so I will see what I can do to get it out of there. So let's see here. That's it right there. See if I can do this without breaking it. I think I'm going to be very good if I don't break it. It looks like it's meant to be broken. So I'm going to wedge that up in there, see if that helps me out in any way. I think that's a little too thick. Let's see if I can get a smaller one. Get it up in there. Wedge it up in there. That don't seem to be doing much of anything. Let's see here. Go back to my needle nose. Okay, it's starting to give now, but I don't want to break the getting it out of there. Yeah, it's giving, it's coming. Let's do it slow, people. Alright, let's see here. I used to have a blade with me, but I don't now. I think it would have came in handy. I don't know where it's at right now, so I'm going to keep going. Or maybe I need to put in a moment and find the blade. Here's something that may help. I don't think it's as sharp as the other one, but it may be enough. Alright. So, as you can see here, I'll show you guys that it's starting to lift up. See that? But it's still connected. So what I want to do is lift it up and then take my blade and cut that material. Cut that material. Yep, the material cuts real easy. It's just rubber in the end. So if I can get that out of there. Oh, I don't need to do all of that, people. This is why sometimes it's good to watch other people's YouTubes. Actually, there's a, if I look, see if I can do it. I don't know if I can, where is it? There we go. There's actually a little arrow on there to let you know. See a little tab? That little tab should go turn clockwise. And so I'm going to take that and turn that clockwise. All right. Oops, that little tab is now broken, or almost. This hasn't budged, not one bit. Messed up my, I didn't break the little thingies, but I don't know if I'm gonna need to solder that back on. That wasn't good though. Alright, I guess I won't be selling my old intake, because I definitely unjacked that up. And I'm definitely not going to be able to put it back on because I unjacked it up. Alright, so I'm just cutting it off the rest of the way now. So ultimately, you see, you look in there, you see how that's supposed to turn to come out. And if you look at it from the side that we had access to, you see that little arrow there telling you to turn it, but it doesn't turn. Now that I'm on the inside, I may be able to get a hold of it and try it from the inside. Jeez. It's like you don't want to jack anything up, but it's I gotta get my other vice grips. I think I need 2 pair of vice grips on here. So we'll get the vice grips, lock them down on there, and try turning it, see what happens. Alright, so you only need 2 pairs of vice grips. Alright, let's do this. Alright, I'm back with it, and so what I'm going to do is Get my vice grips all back together. All right. Open it up. And I want to lock down one on his side, but of course not too tight because it's just plastic in the end. I just want something to hold it firmly. A little bit more. All right, I think that may be enough to hold it. And then, I need this one to be big enough to go around the big end. So I need to open that one up a lot. All right, let's see. A bit more. Oh, with vice grips, it's not bad. Guess I should have started out with vice grips from the beginning, huh? Turn it right away. Ah, there we go. Got it out of there. There's the old piece. There's a hack way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it, and there's a right way to do it. I did it the wrong way. That's fine. I didn't have any plans of putting that in there. So I kind of jacked my tip up there a bit, but I didn't break them. They're still connected. But I'm going to spray it down with a little brake cleaner, not brake cleaner, mass airflow cleaner, just to get off any junk I would have put on there. I should have some of that over here someplace, but I don't. So I'm not going to clean it yet because I don't want to clean it with the wrong stuff. I know how sensitive those holes are, and definitely don't want to jack anything up. So. All right. So now I'm going to move the old box out of the way, and I'm going to take the new part here, which I believe should go in here. Trying to see how to put it in there without messing it up. I'm going to pull this out first. This grommet out of there. And with that grommet out, I'm going to see, because it's going to need to be up in there. Right. So now I'm just twisting it as I'm pushing it on there, and it's going up in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's going up in there. So all right. So I got it in there like that. So now I'm going to take it and put it back in the hole. Which now that it's on there becomes a little bit more difficult because it's less flexible. They could get you one way or the other. Putting it in first or putting it in second. So I think I'm gonna try to take it back off, or I'll take it partial way out. I'm gonna take it partial way out and then try to put it in so this part is still able to be contorted around that hole. So that's what I'm gonna do and try that. Now I'm gonna try to put it in with it like that. Being very mindful of that, don't want to jack that part up at all. Let me bring that part up a little bit more. All right. Now that I have that, I think that's gonna work. I'm pretty sure that's gonna work. All right, got it in, and now I can push this in, back in the rest of the way. There we go. And if I look in there, the sensor is pointing towards the opening, and it doesn't look distorted. It looks good in there. I don't know if you can see it down up in there or not. So now I get to turn my attentions back over here, where I'm going to take the plug down here. Pretty sure you can see that, and plug it back into the mass airflow sensor first. Alright, that's plugged back in. And then I'll fish that through there. And now is to try to put this down around there. Do this part. I'm going to loosen up that other side so it can slide further on, which will help reduce the amount of space that I need. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to loosen up this side and make sure this side is nice and loose, because we may have had it tighten after we put it on there. It needs to be. And now, that helps out. That helps out big time. So with that and a spacer, it's a bit of work. It wouldn't be this difficult without the spacer, people. So if you want to save yourself a headache, maybe you need to the throttle body spacer out of there. And depending on how this goes, I may have to remove it. So I'm going to break something for a spacer that does nothing. It's right there, it's just getting it on there. The rubber part. Loosen this up a little bit more. if that can help push it on there for me. Yeah, after I paint this, I'm definitely probably going to have that spacer out of there because I would jack up any paint job I would do on that. So get that on there. Do real quick is get a little bit of something liquidy like a oil or something. I have some of my Lucas stop leak stuff over here. I'll use it as a lubricant. So I'm going to take some of that and I'm just going to run it around here. Not very, I don't know about the Lucas. Let me try some, here's some oil. I gotta have some oil around here somewhere. Alright, here we go. Good old 5W30. I'll use some of that instead. The Lucas was kind of thick. Didn't come off as being very delightable. So I'm going to run a bit of oil on those to see if that helps me out to get that back on there. All right, let's try it again. Take it off first and put it on, see if that helps out. Taking off is kind of tight, so it's going to be a headache no matter what it looks like. I want it to be tight, but I also want to be able to get it on. Okay, got that part on, and to help me out, I think I better put the band on and tighten the band down and help hold it on there. Alright, got that part on. You're still recording, good. And now I'm going to try the other side. Let's see if I can muscle that in there somehow. Again, if it wasn't for the spacer, this would have been easy. My spacer is proving to be something that should be left to the wayside. All the extra work to accommodate it, and in the end, it doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't help out, just cause problems. So now that I'm in this far, I'm in it to see how far I can take it. Sliding this back on. just need to apply some strength to the back here. Go. I think that was the last little bit right there. Yep, that did it. All right. Now I can tighten this down. A lot of work. A lot of fighting. So I can say when I take this all back apart in order to put the paint on these pieces in the spring, the spacer will not go back on. That won't be worth the headache. Not by a long shot. Because I'm not going to let that mess up the paint job that I'm going to put on these. Again, this is a mall Jeep. It's not a trail Jeep, people. Appreciate those ones that were going out into the trail, and it looks like it's a ton of fun, but it's not my thing, and I definitely wouldn't be looking to put that kind of money that those guys put in there. Again, much respect for them, but you know, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, right? All right, now I'm gonna put the cold air, the filter on. Oh, yeah, I can go ahead and put the filter on. And so end up sliding this hose back on as well. There was a spot for that. Since the old one isn't on, I'm going to have to figure out something. I'll create some type of clips. That's probably what these are for right here. I know, can you see on these? I'm assuming they are supposed to be a little bit more open. Go around here, and then the original bolts go through that to hold them in space, in place. Look at that. Now, instructions are always much better to use, folks. I don't do that because I'm stupid, but but I just like to figure out things on my own way. Sometimes it costs me more work, costs me more money. Sometimes I get it completely wrong, but that's fine. Like Bob Ross says, I don't know what he said, but he will say something for this. So, taking those back down. Back on here.